Hey folks, what's up? Mike Benton here from the Mike Benton team. Today's video is about home inspections. Not about well, septic, termite, radon, anything else you come up, just the basic home inspection. When a buyer makes an offer on a home, they have the right to do inspections. But also the seller has the right to say, I'm not fixing them. Now, there are some situations, lender required and so forth, or and things like that. But the point is, we're just talking about a basic situation. And I wanted to talk about something I just ran into. So when you go to buy a home or you're going to sell a home, you should expect to see probably a property inspection. All right, it's called excuse me, let me back up. A home inspection addendum. And on there, it talks about how long they're going to have to take and do their inspections, also what inspections they're doing. Now, you have to understand if you're looking to buy a home, just because, and I would tell you as a buyer, go through when you walk through a house the first time, as long as you have a good realtor. If you have questions, give us a call. We'd love to walk you through the process. Look for everything. Don't get caught up with the pretty stuff. Really look at everything, because there's nothing more aggravating than a buyer going through a home, seeing something wrong, still make the offer, and then try to leverage it down the road. Don't do that. Experienced agents understand what you're doing. Don't do that. You know, when you make an offer, understand when you do an inspection, your goal is to find the things that maybe the eye can't see because you're doing the walkthrough. The Captain Obvious stuff, maybe put that in negotiating at the beginning. Don't wait for a home inspection. Don't play around, because as a seller, the seller doesn't want to deal with the craziness, and you as a buyer don't want to lose out on an opportunity on a great home. So what's going to happen is that you're going to do a property, you're going to receive one or do a property inspection addendum. And in this addendum, there's a couple things I want you to understand. When you do an inspection, even be up to that day, so this one says 7 days, you have the right to walk away for no reason at all. You don't have to give a reason, you can just walk away. Once you get through the inspection process, long as it's within that time frame, you still have the right to walk away based on the condition. But let me explain another part of this. Our goal as agents is to get both parties to negotiate. Now, if it's something horrific, something bad, I understand, but you want to try to negotiate as much as possible, because this should be a win-win situation. So when you make and do a home inspection, all right, and you fill out what they call as a PIN, which is a property inspection notice that looks like this. On this PIN, it's very important to understand what you're going across with first is either you're accepting it as is, no repairs, you are walking away, you're out of here, or you want to negotiate some repairs. And it could be that you want to negotiate some repairs, also maybe receive some closing help in lieu of repairs, as long as they're not repairs that are going to affect the loan on the home. And so that's what the PIN is. The PIN is the tool you're going to use to negotiate. Now, we always tell our buyers and sellers that, please, let's think about this as a win-win situation. Unless you're buying a 2025 home, for the most part, depending on who's building it, but hopefully there's no problems, but you never know. It's not a brand new home. So don't go into this thinking you're getting a brand new home. There's going to be some defects. The carpet might not be brand new. The paint might need some recoat. But at the end of the day, as a home inspection, you really want to look at the high dollar things that could cause you issues down the road. Now, when you do this PIN and you submit it to the seller in writing has 5 days to respond. And 5 days, not 3 days. We had a realtor recently say 3 days. You got to have 3 days. And if you don't respond, you have to fix everything. That's all BS. No, you don't. The seller has 5 days to respond. At that point, if there is no response, it doesn't mean that we move forward. It just means that you, as a buyer, can say, nope, don't want the house. I'm going to walk away. You can continue to negotiate. You can just accept the house the way it is. But be very, very careful on these drop dead dates. The seller has 5 days to respond. Once the seller responds to you, you have 2 days to respond back. Now, on the pin, you'll see 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, I'm not doing this so you can read this. I can send it to you in a PDF. That's no problem. But you send it over to the seller. The seller will come back with their response, and it could be they agreed to complete everything. They will not do anything. C is seller agrees to some but not all. Or D is instead of in lieu of repairs, they're going to offer you closing assistance. All right. Now, everything, or seller contribution, whatever you want to say, everything's negotiable. Now they send that back over to you. Now you lobby it back, and then you can respond to the seller. And then the seller can respond to you, and you can. So what my point is that everything has a drop dead date, but please make sure your agent understands these drop in dates. We just had a bad situation. The agent clearly didn't know and was threatening. And what I will tell you is that you should go into every situation as a win-win. What can we do? We know we're not buying a new home. Seller knows that they're not selling a brand new home. What can we do to come together with a win-win situation? You're protected. You have the home inspection addendum. You have the PIN, property inspection notice, where you're responding. Drop dead dates are here. It's in writing. It's in black and white. It's not verbal. Do not ever do verbal. If it is not in black and white, it doesn't exist. So what I want you to walk away with from this video is understand that finding a home, qualifying for the home, getting through the inspections, getting through the appraisal, and I got a new video coming out on appraisals that's, I don't know, it's a head scratcher what Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are doing, are just some of the many hurdles we're going to have to get through. Owning a home is not inexpensive. It's not easy. It's not for the faint of heart. So understand the rules. Make sure you sit down with your realtor and ask the questions that are important to understand what these particular addendums mean. All right? Don't get upset. Don't make a rash decision. Let's walk through these inspection notices and make sure you're satisfied with what you're going to accept, just like the seller has to be satisfied. And I promise you, most of the times after 26, going 27 years, when rational minds come together, a deal can be worked out. All right? So I hope that, I know I went a little longer than I fully expected, but I can't tell you the craziness going on out there right now with the inventory and the way things are going and how people are making poor decisions based off of not so horrible results. So give us a call. Please give us a call so you can experience the benefits. God bless you. Thank you so much, and have a great one.